You're listening to the Bears Brothers podcast and postgame show, the place where Bears fans across the globe hang out online after every Bears game. Now get ready, because it's time to bear down. Bear down! I don't know about you, but I had a hard time sleeping last night. I was deep in thought, thinking about the entirety of my Bears fandom, and I came to the conclusion that tonight is the night that I've been waiting for my entire life. Being a Bears fan since I was a small child, I've had to endure my fair share of disappointing quarterbacks. Others have had it longer than I, but for me, it all started with Cade McNown. I have brief memories of guys like Eric Kramer and Rick Meir, but honestly, I was just too young then. When Chicago selected the UCLA quarterback, even though I was only 6, I never felt any sort of excitement for him, and we all know how that story unfolded. In fact, I recall hearing the Soldier Field faithful clamor for Jim Miller. Miller was a good quarterback, but he wasn't great. He did help lead the Bears to the playoffs in 2001 in a 13-3 year, but let's be honest, that was more due to the Bears' top-ranked defense. After Miller exited the NFC divisional playoff game to the Eagles with a separated shoulder, it took 2 years for any sort of hope to return to the Bears quarterbacks. Chris Chandler? Nope. Cordell Stewart? Nah. Craig Krenzel, Chad Hutchinson, and Jonathan Quinn? Talk about an absolute nightmare. Then, with the 22nd pick of the 2003 draft, the Bears drafted Rex Grossman out of Florida, who was a year removed from being the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. He was known for his cannon arm, and to be honest, for a brief moment, I thought, hey, he could be the guy. But after only starting 7 games in his first 3 seasons, my hope began to dwindle. Then, as the full-time starter in 2006, everybody found out that Grossman was not capable of being a franchise quarterback. At this point, along with practically every other Bears fan, I was beginning to wonder if we will ever find that franchise guy here in Chicago. In 2008, Kyle Orton started to look like there was potential, and even though I thought he played well, let's be honest, did you ever feel any real buzz about him? For me, that answer is simple. No. But then, the trade happened. I still remember where I was when I saw the news break that the Bears traded for the Broncos' 25-year-old Pro Bowl quarterback. I recall running around the house, calling my dad and telling him, we got our quarterback. That feeling was confirmed when I witnessed one of the best scrambles in Soldier Field when Jay Cutler went up and over the Lions defenders to score, a moment that will forever be etched in my mind. Now don't get me wrong, Jay will always hold a special place in my heart, as the Bears' all-time leading passer should, and I never thought any excitement could surpass that evening when he became our quarterback. But then it happened, when the Bears selected Mitchell Trubisky with the number 2 overall pick. We were actually live on YouTube when that pick was in, and I could hardly spit out any words. I was shocked and awe-inspired. I believe the words I was able to muster out was, holy crap. From that moment on, there was only one day I was looking forward to, and that was for Trubisky to make his debut and for our future to begin. That day is today, and it's finally here. In fact, when I really think about it, today is the day I've been waiting for my entire life. For the first time in my almost quarter decade as a Bears fan, I have confidence that the quarterback lining up under center is our future and is someone who will accomplish great things. In Chicago, we have not had a quarterback of this caliber. The closest is Cutler, and we'll find out who has the most talent when it's all said and done. But just with the intangibles Trubisky brings to the table, they're eye-popping. My whole life, I've wondered if the Bears could find an answer to the most important position in football. They've tried. They've drafted players in the first round, but the wrong ones. They traded for who they thought could be that guy, but that didn't pan out as expected. But tonight is different. It has a distinctive feel to it, doesn't it? It really feels as if the Chicago Bears are turning a page and beginning anew. a feeling I've never felt before as a fan of this team. Perhaps this confidence in Trubisky is misguided, a little overzealous, but deep down in my gut, I believe in it, and so do many of you. General Manager Ryan Pace believes in him as well. That's why he drafted the quarterback out of North Carolina despite only starting 13 games. Pace said moments after drafting Trubisky, "I don't want to be average. I want to be great." And I believe that greatness will come. Mike Glennon's 4 games were as bad as we've seen in Chicago, and that loss to the Packers was one of the darkest times I've ever had as a fan. But in the darkest times is when the light shines brightest, and that light is Trubisky. They say good things come to those who wait, and in Chicago, we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this moment to come. Today marks the first time in my entire life that I'm no longer waiting for the future, but rather I'm living in the moment, focusing on the present, because when Trubisky takes his first snap as the Bears starting quarterback, our future begins. It's going to be a day that all of us Bears fans look back on fondly. We can ask one another, where were you when Trubisky started his first game? Just like Patriot fans who remember where they were when Tom Brady entered the game for the injured Drew Bledsoe. So make sure to take it all in tonight. We're officially turning the page that has that long list of future quarterbacks, and on the top of this new page, we write down the name Mitchell Trubisky. The rest of the page remains blank, as we await for the story yet to be told. A story that I strongly feel will be packed with accomplishments and accolades for both the quarterback and this Bears team. So right now, at this second, I'm turning the page and looking forward to the blank slate that lies before us. The Trubisky era brings the most optimism and hope I've had about this franchise in my entire life. And so the adventure begins. The Trubisky era is here. Sit back and enjoy the ride.